Welcome to White Regis TV film review and preview. I'm Andrew Wright. This week, The Fantastic Four: First Steps was released on home video. The film is the 37th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and introduces Marvel's first family to the MCU for the first time. The film takes place on the retro-futuristic Earth 828 in the 1960s and revolves around the Fantastic Four having to protect their Earth from Galactus. The film stars Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Ebon Moss-Bachrach and Joseph Quinn as the titular team, alongside Julia Garner as the Silver Surfer and Ralph Ineson as Galactus. So, I watched the film in cinemas in August and I really loved it. The cast has great chemistry. Pascal and Kirby give great performances, and what I like most about the film is that it's confident enough that the audience knows who the characters are, and knows about sort of their world in order to tell a more human story that they've not done before on film for the Fantastic Four. So I gave the film 4.5 stars out of 5. It is currently my best film of the year. Here, so The Fantastic Four: First Steps is on home video now. Also released on home video this week was Jurassic World Rebirth. The film is a standalone sequel to Jurassic World Dominion, one of the first films I reviewed for this programme, and stars Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali and Jonathan Bailey. The film takes place 5 years after Dominion and revolves around the fact that the dinosaurs are struggling to survive outside the equator, which acts as their last viable climate, when a team on behalf of a pharmaceutical company is sent to a former InGen testing facility to retrieve blood samples, only to find themselves stranded on the island with mutant dinosaurs. So this was my first time watching the film, and I was optimistic enough to be looking forward to the film. I knew it was mixed critical opinion, but hey, people went to see it. It made money, so I was looking forward to it. But I was disappointed that, despite the film's visual splendour, the film is inherently dull. The film is 134 minutes long, but at least half those minutes feel very much like deleted or extended scenes that you'd see on like a DVD extras thing that should have just been left on the cutting room floor. It can't even do a competent point A to point B plot, and there's an entirely overdrawn out section on a boat where all you can think is, this is so Jaws inspired. I wish I was watching Jaws instead. I give the film 2 stars out of 5. Jurassic World and I've seen it twice now in a week. The second time it was just white noise in the background. I really couldn't bring myself to pay attention to it. Jurassic World Rebirth is on home video now. Releasing in cinemas this weekend is Springsteen: Deliver Me From Nowhere. The film is a musical biopic adapted from a non-fiction novel about the making of Bruce Springsteen's 1982 album Nebraska, where Springsteen was a young musician on the cusp of global stardom but still struggling with the pressures of stardom and the ghosts of his past. The film stars Jeremy Allen White as Springsteen, with Jeremy Strong playing his manager, Paul Walter Hauser playing his engineer, and Stephen Graham playing his father. So the film has received some mixed reviews, but at least around about 70% positive, so it is leaning more towards the mixed side. Springsteen: Deliver Me From Nowhere is in cinemas now. Also releasing in UK cinemas this weekend is the anime film Chainsaw Man the Movie Reze Arc. The film is a direct sequel to the first season of the television anime Chainsaw Man that aired in 2022. The film revolves around the titular character Denji encountering a mysterious girl named Rize, who takes an interest in him. So I realised from that it's not very descriptive about what it's about. It's sort of like a supernatural action horror thing. That's sort of the best way I could describe it. The main character, he's inhabited by a devil and can turn his head and arms into chainsaws. So, the film stars Kikunosuke Toya, Fairoz Ai, Tomori Kusunoki and Shogo Sakata reprising their roles from the TV anime and are joined by Reina Ueda as Rize. I'm not particularly emotionally invested in the franchise. I watched season 1. At the time, I thought it was good, but I wasn't into it as much as everyone else. But the further away from it I got, the more I realised it has the same thing that I don't like about the TV show The Boys, in which the reliance on over-the-top violence and just general gross-out humour and that. But Chainsaw Man is has been one of the most popular anime in recent years. It's one of those quintessential animes that you got to watch because it's popular for no apparent reason. So Chainsaw Man Rize Arc is now in cinemas. That's all I have for this week, but be sure to check back next week where I'll be reviewing A House of Dynamite and Superman. See you next time.